Hi everyone, and welcome back to Ask Alexa Therapy Facebook Live. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. So excited to join you guys every Sunday at 6 p.m. Well, tonight I'm going to be answering a question from you, the viewer. Each week I've been getting such amazing questions from every type of listener and viewer, but also this is more of an international one. Tonight's question is about how to navigate the social work field coming here from another country, which I find is very interesting. Each state, each country does have different criteria and requirements for the social work field. So what I would ask you to do is to make sure you go to the state that you're in and call their social work boards. Look up ASWB, the social work boards, and ask them about the requirements that are for internationally. Because if you, as you said, you received your master's in India, that can a lot of times transfer over to the credits here in the United States. But you definitely want to check quickly with the social work boards of your state to see if those credits can be transferred over and used as credits towards your social work practice. You might have to take a couple of extra classes or other classes that maybe in India they did not provide, that in the USA they might have a different practicum, but I think it's definitely very important to look that up. And once you've done that, you might have to do a couple of hours for social work hours, client hours, and supervision hours here in the United States. I'm not sure in other countries how they do that, but here what we do when we become a licensed clinical social worker, a psychotherapist, we have to do 3,000 client contact hours, and we also have to do 3,000 supervision hours, individual and group. So I'm not sure in India if you've already completed that, and also if those would transfer over. But these are also important questions to ask the social work board to see, one, two, if they will take your credits, and then what about the hours? And I think a lot of times with the different requirements, sometimes they can also grandfather you in, especially you have been in the social work field for 15 years in India. So you can also show with your resume and with all the work that you've done what your requirements have been, what you've completed in your country, but also your resume, which will show the different job titles, the administration work, the clinical work, the managerial work, the research work, which is so also very important, especially when you come here to the United States. There's different positions as a social worker, therapist that you have. You can be in private practice, as I am myself, where I see clients one-on-one, also groups and families, or you can work for a different agency in their HR department, in a supervision type of area, or in research or administration. So it's really important to find out if you want to do actual client contact or if you want to work more in a supervised managerial position in the social work field. So again, call your ASWB, your social work boards of your state. Find out what the requirements are. Also, make sure you have all the transcripts from your schooling and credits that you got over there. So you can also provide that to the social work board, which they will be asking for to see proof of your transcript. And here I know in the United States, you just have to call the college or the master's school and just ask them to send it to you. And that usually takes a week or two, or you can go pick them up in the United States. I know obviously you would not be able to fly back to the country to pick yours up, but also make sure you can see if you don't have a copy of them now, to make sure you have a copy of them to provide to the social work boards. And then I think it's also important to say, what credits did you have in your country? Were you a licensed clinical social worker? Were you a licensed master of social work? What was your exact title? And then find out how that transfers over to here in the United States. You can also call social work schools here in the United States, in your state, or I know in New York, Fordham University has a huge social work section. That's where I went for my master's in social work. So you might want to call them and see what their practicum is and which ones and classes, if your classes were similar to the ones that are offering here. And then also, up to date each year, there's different type of requirements in classes, different types of cultural, economical, different ways, theories that come up that we as therapists, social work, have to keep doing continuing education and credits to keep going towards our license and to keep holding our license. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for writing in this question, and let me know if you have any more questions. I'm here to answer them. If you need any help on who to contact or where to find more information, please send an email to info@askalexatherapy.com. It's right there on my website, Ask Alexa Therapy. There's actually a button that says submit questions. So please keep sending in your questions. Also, look out for my new show. It just came out. Special edition of the Alexa Show, back in the studio. It was so wonderful to see my producer and my director and the whole cameraman and the crew back in the station again. So that is out now, where I'm answering questions from you, the viewers, but also addressing some upcoming topics that are going to be in my second book coming out very soon, Your Walk in Life. So please also send your contact info, because I will be setting up workshops in person, on Zoom, on mental health, on healing, on moving forward and growing. So again, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Please keep sending in all your questions. Everyone have a wonderful, happy Columbus Day weekend. Have a good night, and God bless.